But how come the instrumental? Was it something, well, you wanted to pursue, or was it something that came naturally when the song was written and you thought, well, hey, it doesn't need a lyric?
Yeah. When it was being toyed around, when it was first being kind of worked upon, we were toying with the idea of an instrumental, and I was listening to it and I thought, this song meanders too much, you know, it's got a life of its own. So basically it just kind of just evolved into, and it's good, I want them to play it live because it means I can go off and have a cup of tea.
Okay,
have a break, perhaps do some roller skating.
Okay. Well, the song title is Thornography. I was wondering, do you have an obsession with sin and self? Because you were saying it's about the obsession of
I think everybody does in some respects, do you know what I mean? Be it, you know, when I say sin, one of the 7 deadly sins, I'm sure at one point or another everybody commits acts of jealousy or hatred or lust or anger. So I guess the title's an amalgam that could, you know, like I said, man's seeming desire to hurt God by sinning, you know, whether it be something small and, you know, or something a lot larger and a lot more dangerous. And also it could represent, as I mentioned, an attraction or sexual desire for religious iconography, like this whole issue recently with Dan Brown and the Da Vinci Code and the theory about Mary Magdalene and, you know, this time immemorial secret. And again, a thorn can, in runic terms, not only can it represent something sharp and dangerous and something painful and spiteful, but it also can represent something that protects. So again, you know, keeping secrets, protecting beauty, is an ambivalence to the title. Do you know what I mean?
Is it for you? What is your feeling then towards religion or God?
Well, I believe in an. I mean, if the Old Testament, if the original Testament is to be believed, an all-encompassing God, you know, whether he's a gas or whatever. Sorry, that was just there's a comedy sketch in England that this guy goes on about God being a gas. Okay. I was watching it on the plane the other day. It just made me laugh. But yeah, I mean, if he's all-encompassing, then surely he is in and has created everything. So the devil and, you know, all the dark side is as much part of him as the good stuff.
But do you believe then in good and evil?
In essence, yeah. I don't see it as you know, omnipresent beings. Okay. I believe everybody has the ability to conjure forth one or the other, or act. But I mean, that's Catholicism for you, isn't it? Everything has to be black and white. There's all the shades in between, and if there is a God, then I think he is everything there. So he's as bad as he is good, and he's as brown as he is yellow, as well as being as black or white. So
there isn't a figure man like God for you? I mean, a man or
a woman?
Yeah.
No, but I'm very because I collect sort of antiquarian sort of things, you know, antiques, and I spend time in India every year, so I've always got like sort of
where?
Goa.
Goa, okay.
My mother has a house out there where she lives for 6 months a year.
Okay.
So I like iconography. I like statues. I like representations of gods and statues. You know, be it Hindu, be it Egyptian. Because I've got 2 sarcophagi, full-size sarcophagi at home, and actually one's a sarcophagi, the other one's a sarcophagirl.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, one's my mummy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, shut up.
Oh. But how come then what is the first statue you've bought then? Or how come you got into it?
I don't know. It's just I don't know. I really don't know. There's something in human spirituality that I really like, and the representation. You know, I just find it very empirical. I've got I collect bugs as well, stuffed bugs, like spiders and scorpions and tree nymphs and butterflies. The house is a little bit like a miniature British museum.